guys, it's Tamika Lynn. Welcome back. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, I do appreciate you coming back. So on today's video, I am going to be doing something a little different. I was in my closet the other day and I was just looking at bags, trying to find something that I hadn't worn, because one of my commitments this year is to wear my bags more, meaning to like change them in and out. I have bags that are like my top favorites that I always tend to carry. And in doing so, it leaves other bags just sitting, even though I've spent all this money, buying these bags. So I said, I'm gonna buy less and use more this year. So I came up with the awesome idea that since I have several bags in my collection that I've never worn, maybe I should do a series. And as you can see in the thumbnail, I titled it Handbags I Haven't Used at All. So as part of this series, I'm going to show you guys a handbag, a video that I haven't used, and we're going to go over it almost like a reveal. And I'm going to give you, information, a backstory if there is one. And yeah, we'll just talk about it. So in today's video, we are going to discuss Chanel. I thought it was just very appropriate to start out with this bag, considering the newest price increase that was, done at the Chanel house. And I think it's a bit ridiculous, but that's just my personal opinion. But I mean, it is what it is at this point, right? So without any further ado, let's get into Chanel. Moving to Europe, I knew I wanted to purchase a Chanel bag while we were there. I didn't know exactly when I would purchase it. I just knew I wanted one, and I had wanted it for quite some time. But in comparing, the price differences of Europe versus the United States, I just thought it would be way more financially feasible to purchase in Europe while we were there. So we had, my first time in a Chanel boutique was 1 year, I think it was maybe 2020. I know it was during COVID. We had went to Rome for my birthday. It was actually a last minute trip because we had made plans to go to Greece, and then those plans got cut short because of COVID. And then we had plans to go to Paris, couldn't do that either. So we drove, down to Rome. But while we were in Rome, it was incredible actually, because there were no tourists and a lot of people weren't out. Of course, there was the mask mandate when you were in public spaces. Also, if I'm not mistaken, when you were outside, you also, during that time, you still had to wear a mask outside. Italy was very, very stringent when it came to the COVID protocols. But we went, to Rome for my birthday. We did like a long weekend there, and it was like a super awesome trip. We had like no waits everywhere we went. We saw the Colosseum. We went to the chapels. I mean, just everywhere we went, there was just no wait. I mean, we saw the Vatican, we walked around Vatican City. It was super, super amazing. But while we were in Rome, I did stop in Chanel. It was a very cute little boutique, very close to the Spanish Steps. I mean, very nice location, especially for tourists, because on that little strip, it was like Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I mean, anything you could think of, it was there. So if you were a tourist shopping, I mean, it was like heaven for you. You didn't have to go far to hit, the major brands, including some very, very nice Italian brands. But that whole strip was it was a delight. But anyways, so we walked into Chanel because I really wanted to look at a Chanel classic. I knew I wanted one, and I wanted it in black, but I wanted to see it in person. I had never, been into a Chanel store. I had never looked at the bag. So I really wanted to put eyes and hands on it. So we popped into Chanel. SA came up. She was super nice. I told her what I was looking for, and so she pulled out what they had in stock. I'll insert a picture. I can't remember. I think they only had a medium. I don't believe they had a jumbo, but I did take a look at the medium. And I looked at a couple of pairs of sneakers, and, we just walked around the store. Super casual. Like I said, it was during COVID, so there was really like not that many customers. But yeah, it was okay, right? It was definitely an okay experience. So my husband was like, were you buying today? And I was like, absolutely not. I wasn't ready. I didn't feel like I was ready, personally or financially ready to purchase, you know, a bag of this magnitude. So we left Chanel, and I just, you know, had it in the back of my mind. I was going to set a goal. Once I reached that goal, this would be, you know, my present for reaching that goal. So over the next 2 years, I had friends that purchased from Chanel, and there was just like price increases. I want to say there was like maybe 2 price increases from the time one of my friends purchased to the time I purchased. And so I was kicking myself like, damn it, you know, maybe you should have just bought it back then. But I was definitely not willing to go into debt to purchase, you know, a handbag. So it wasn't my time. So I just had to accept that whenever it was my time, I would be paying, you know, more. And I had to be okay with that because that's just what it was. So last year, early last year, I hit a professional and personal goal. And I mean, it was just one of those things where I was just super, super proud of myself. And it was definitely a goal that I had attached to buying a Chanel bag once I hit it. Or reached it. So, you know, I told my husband, hey, when I do this, I'll be ready for my Chanel bag, and I hope you are on board. And, you know, he was hesitant, I won't lie, because when I told him, you know, the approximate price, he was like, what the he was just like, what? But yeah, he still was on board. So we, me and my really good friend Mandy, we did a lot of shopping together. We had, you know, went down to Venice. We had taken the train in and to go, you know, visit Chanel. Prior to going, I had reached out to an SA that I was referred to, made an appointment for us to come, you know, have a look at the store and for me to kind of decide on what bag I wanted and hopefully purchase. So we went to Venice, and you know, we had an appointment, so there was no waiting. We walked in the store. The store was quite different than the one we saw in Rome because the store was 2 stories. If there was 2 stories in Rome, I didn't see the second story because I only looked at handbags and shoes. So I thought it was only 1 level, but I could really be wrong. I don't know. But anyways, in Venice, it did have 2 levels. So we went in, and the SA was very, very nice. My experience at Chanel was quite different than Louis Vuitton, though, because, you know, we had such a great rapport built. Everyone in the store, you know, knew us. You know, we would pop in. There was always, you know, champagne or water. If I was with my daughter, she would always have frizzante, which is like sparkling water. Sometimes there would be like little treats. I mean, it was just a really nice experience. So I hate to compare the two, but it's just, you know, one store, one brand, extremely familiar with, purchased a lot from that brand, you know, going to a different brand that I had no purchase history with. It was just a totally different experience. So when we got in, I told the SA what I was looking for, and she had, I want to say, some bags, but not exactly what I was looking for. I did want a jumbo Chanel in black caviar, and I wanted silver hardware, and I want to say that maybe she had gold. I want to say maybe she had gold, so it was something that I had to order. And so she said, you know, it would take maybe like 10 days to come in, but, you know, whatever. So I made the reservation for the particular bag that I wanted. And then we were offered water, and I was pregnant at the time, so I definitely had to use the restroom while we were there. Very beautiful bathroom, by the way. But security, like, you know, escorted us up because the Restroom was on a different floor. And I guess it was more so closer to the stock room. So security would have to put you on a different elevator to let you out on that particular floor. And then, you know, they waited by the elevator while you walked down the hall to the restroom and you know, you came back. So first experience in the store, super cool. Very laid back. There was another SA that was very polite as well. She actually came over and started talking to us, a younger girl, and we actually got her contact information as well, just, you know, as a backup. So went in the store, you know, ordered my bag, you know, made an appointment to come back. I want to say we were coming back like on another Sunday. And yeah, that was that. We spent the rest of the day in Venice, had lunch, etc. So fast forward, my purse is in. So we went back to the store. I tried on a medium and the jumbo, and I'll insert photos. So the medium, I thought, was just a tad bit too small. I'm 5'8", so I thought that I could go bigger considering my height. So yeah, I decided I definitely wanted a jumbo. And so that's what I went with. So here is my bag. Now, I did unbox this last year on my Instagram, and I will insert my handle somewhere right here. But go back to my Instagram and take a look at that unboxing video. At the time I did purchase this purse, I also bought the matching wallet, but we're not going to talk about the wallet today. So I've unboxed it, like I said. So this is how, you know, it's been stored in my closet. So this beautiful little baby here is the Jumbo Chanel, and it is a double flap, as you can see, and this is in caviar. So it's like this grained material. This purse also comes in lambskin, but that material is very, very delicate, so I knew I did not want to purchase in that material. So let's discuss the bag, you know, as is. So like I told you, I did want silver hardware. The back of the bag has this Mona Lisa pocket. And then these grommets, you know, the strap does come out further. I had it stuffed into the bag more, but the bag does get, you know, longer, and you can wear it a multitude of ways. But when I store it, I usually store it with the chain strap inside of the purse. So this felt piece of cloth I've kept in the purse while I've had it stored. I did remove the sticker from here because it was peeling off, so I went ahead and removed it. Now this purse is in brand new, never used condition, but hopefully soon I will change that. So when you open up the purse, there is the love letter pocket, right? And I mean, I'm so cheesy. I told my husband before I carry this purse, I do want him to write me a letter so I can store it right here. But this pocket just unzipped. I don't know, honestly, what you could fit in here because it's kind of like a slim pocket. So I'm not really sure what most people use it for. And it's only at the top. The bottom does not let out. So this is just, you know, the space at the top. And it is like this wine burgundy interior. So this is a button, and you open it, and it says Chanel, made in France, and it's this beautiful burgundy color. Now there is a slip pocket right here, and then this is the center pocket. So this is just my receipt. Yeah, and I think this is some kind of book. There was a bigger book that I did have stored with this bag, but I guess I took it out and I don't know where I put it, but it had my serial number written in it, and I want to say it was also some additional care instructions. So I have to find that book, but anyway, so the bags are now chipped. So I have multiple documents listing the serial number, but it doesn't have that authenticity card like the older models have. Up top, this closure button, it just says Chanel Paris, so Chanel Paris. And then on the inside of the purse, it does have like the lipstick little pocket right here. Then there's two slip pockets on both sides, and then the center. I probably would not do an organizer in this particular bag. I don't feel the need because it's a very structured bag, as you can see, and I'll just show you all the way around the bag. There's no feet at the bottom. And then of course the back again. So yeah, because it's so structured, I probably would not do an organizer. The wallet I'll discuss in a different video, and then, you know, once I do that video, I'll definitely show you the two together. But this was like my unicorn, from the standpoint of, it was just one of those things I was, you know, really, really wanting, for quite some time. And I'm really happy that I was finally able to get it, you know, on my terms. Now, let's discuss pricing. So at the time I purchased this bag, in the week between when I ordered it and when I received it, there was a 500 euro increase on this bag. And I want to say that was the first increase of 2022. Now, I wasn't charged that additional 500 euro because I had already placed my order. So my SA, I don't know if that's standard practice, but I mean, she didn't even bat an eye. She just casually mentioned it and she's like, oh, but no worries, you're not affected. After that price increase, I want to say there was like at least another 2 or 3 during the year. My friend would kind of like send me different posts regarding the increases. I was just like, gosh, that's a lot of money. So granted, now it took me a while, you know, to pull the trigger, and while still being financially responsible to buy this bag. As of today, this bag has appreciated by several $1,000s compared to what I paid for it and what it's, you know, the price of it now if you're buying it out of the boutique. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a pretty massive Chanel price increase. And I mean, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Now, granted, I don't have money to buy Chanel frequently. Hell, this might be my only Chanel bag. Who knows? I would love to add a boy bag to my collection, but at the rate we're going, I don't know if that will ever happen. And I'm just being completely transparent with you guys. Now, I could buy pre-loved for less, but I have never bought a pre-loved bag. I have concerns about authenticity, and I don't know, I'm kind of scared. So that's like one bridge I've never crossed. Not sure if I ever will, but as it stands right now, I've never crossed that bridge. So Chanel boy bag, I would love to have one. Whether I'll actually get it, who knows? So we'll see, time will tell. But anyways, back to this baby, right? So this purse is now in the United States, $11,000. I'm gonna repeat that, $11,000. Yeah, I paid a fraction of that, damn near like half of that, if not less, for both this purse and the matching wallet. So as of today, with this purse being $11,000, I definitely would never buy another, you know, jumbo classic flap out of a boutique in the United States, for sure. I feel like that's a lot for a bag. This is the most expensive bag that I have in my collection, and it will probably remain that way for maybe ever. But had I not purchased, you know, last year, would I be purchasing today? No, absolutely not. I can't wrap my head around spending that much money on a handbag. I don't care how much money I have. I can't wrap my head around that. So yeah, I definitely would not be purchasing today. So I am very thankful that I was able to get this last year while in Europe at a fraction of the price. I will never part with this though. I mean, it's definitely a collector's piece. I mean, it's very, very classic, and that's why I wanted to start with something very classic. One, because it, you know, might be my only purchase from Chanel. And then two, I definitely wanted a classic black handbag from Chanel before I bought anything else from them. I did look at a few wallet on chains last year, but I didn't pull the trigger on any of those. And then the boy bag, they just never received one in stock prior to us relocating back to the States. So I wasn't able to purchase one, but I am very content with this purchase, and I'll remain content with it. When I look at this bag, I just think about the sacrifices I made to reach the goal that warranted me, you know, finally pulling the trigger and buying this beauty. So for that, I'm so grateful, and I'm extremely proud of myself. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know we did a lot of talking, but I hope I haven't offended anyone with my personal opinions on the price increase. But definitely, we are, you know, as humans, we make our own decisions. So please don't let any opinions from anyone deter you from doing anything that it is you want to do with your life and your money. So by any means, please forgive me if you felt offended by anything I've said. But on the other hand, I did just want to provide my honest opinion because I'm just a regular, you know, girl that works super hard to enjoy the frills of handbags and other, you know, luxurious things. So leave me some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Are you still planning on buying Chanel out the boutique? Do you shop on the pre-love market? What's your thoughts just in general? I would love to converse down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, be safe.